It's Madden NFL 23, and our focus is on the Lions' veteran quarterback, who's been stepping up to challenges all season, now at 8 interceptions. It's the Lions and the Vikings. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've been in a great group. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year. Of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Fields it right around the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. Yeah. How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Gone. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now Goff. Complete. This is Mitchell. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And he used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. From just shy of midfield, Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 17 carries, 58 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Goff. It's caught. Mitchell. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Now Goff on first down. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. From the 17, Goff. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expected to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Right where this set him down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Goff. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Goff. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 4th down, Goff departs, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal now. Seibert able to knock this one through, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a 2nd one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. Open man, he's got him. The tight end, Hockenson. 3rd and short yardage. Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they pull off the season sweep. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
From the 41, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From just shy of midfield, Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Cousins to throw it. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run and everyone else stays ready. And they were, and they picked that one off.
As we roll on here in the month of December, Week 14 coming up tonight, we got a good one in the AFC West. Get the parkas out, Kansas City and Denver from the frigid Empower Stadium at Mile High. And then tomorrow night you can turn those parkas in for some shorts, golf polos, and flip-flops. Monday Night Football in Arizona. Patriots, Cardinals, 8:15 Eastern. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Cook. Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, I mean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 21. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he stopped immediately there. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Once again, it's Swift. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and
Goff. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. There's Goff. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. First down. Here's Cousins. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems. And this qualifies as a big problem.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. And taken right on the 30. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. It's complete to Williams. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
14 yards on the play. The Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Here's Goff now on second down. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Goff now looking to throw. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Lions first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. The Lions at 5-7 now on the year. They were losers their last time out, trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They run out of the gun with Swift. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Here's Swift. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. James Mitchell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Vikings head out to take over once again. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins. A throw on the money to Rager. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down the ground.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph for Minnesota. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Joseph's got it, and that'll move them back within 6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. And meanwhile, for the Lions, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he seeks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. On play action, Cousins. This one into the hands of Thielen. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down, Vikings.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Throwing on second down. Cousins. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
A first down throw for Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Cousins. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So here we go, a third and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Cook is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And his throw here is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Cousins now. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain...
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Intercepted by the Vikings.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. This offense returning out there, and really you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Gone. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete. He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long. It's Goff. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
Fair catch made at the 43.
And now out comes Minnesota.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Cook up the gut. Again the juke. Flashes another juke. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here's Cook again.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
Ball start. Offense.
Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Now Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Throwing is Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The offense on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen. but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a two-score game. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a two-score game, his third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Now Goff on first down. And Shark calls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Goff, a handoff here to Swift.
The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
From the 45 on second down. Goff
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. Goff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions first.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Goff.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Goff throwing again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
2nd and 10, Goff again. And that is incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now it's Goff. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Austin Seibert on 4th field goal.
Seibert's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, brother, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 13. Goff. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark.
Complete to DJ Shark. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And it's complete to Mitchell. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you, now you take care of us.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Cousins. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
standing right on his own 5-yard line. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So Jared Goff in the offense. Down by 8. A minute 45 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Goff. And that's caught by Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 10 yards.
Complete. This is Mitchell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now Goff. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up second down. Goff now to throw. His throw incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now it's Goff. Hard throw, incomplete.
Intended for DJ Chark. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Wright's got it. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Mitchell. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it.
Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second-half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us. Not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So for the Vikings, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8 and 5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5 and 8. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.